and welcome to Books with Sarah. I'm Sarah, and I'm here to discuss a book called Worth by A. LaFay. Imagine this story: the wind blowing so hard it can knock you down, buckets of water just beginning to fall from the sky. Crash! Nathaniel Peel gets his leg ripped apart. If this isn't bad already, his father brings home an orphan boy, John Worth, to help work the fields because Nathaniel basically doesn't have a leg. He can't work the fields, and back in the day, if you couldn't work on the farm, you weren't worth much. Nathaniel feels extremely jealous of the boy who has taken over not only his work, but the attention of his father, who has barely spoken to Nathaniel since the injury. On top of this, Nathaniel has to go to school because he was no good on the farm, and at home he just hobbled around because it's hard to walk on a leg and a half. The two boys hate each other until a battle between ranchers and farmers and a book of Greek mythology that Nathaniel reads aloud each evening brings the two together, and they figure out that maybe there's enough room on the farm and in the family for both. My favorite part of the story was probably the most dramatic and misunderstood part. I really liked it when Nathaniel was riding back on his horse and he was laughing about him thinking that he could be someone like Hercules. John Worth thought that Nathaniel was laughing about how he pitched, so he got mad and threatened Nathaniel. Nathaniel got angry at John for threatening him, and he jumped off his horse and tackled John. If you want to find out how this fight ended, don't forget to read the book Worth. In this story, there were two main characters. One was named Nathaniel Peel, and the other was named John Worth. Nathaniel was really a kind person, but at times he could be a little edgy and mean, mainly to John Worth. Nathaniel, at times, was depressed because of his leg accident. Sometimes he thought about how he couldn't do things, like work on the farm or even walk to the table. Sometimes Nathaniel was extremely mean to John. Once, because of a little misunderstanding, Nathaniel beat up John. John Worth, even if he didn't know it, was a lot like Nathaniel. John was a nice person, but also at times he was mean, and a lot of times he was mean to Nathaniel. He was also depressed at times because of his family accident. He often thought of his three sisters, his brother, and his mom and pop. He thought about how they all died in that one horrible fire. When really bad things happened, John would cry. And even though he may seem really emotional, he was kind of mean to Nathaniel. I give this historical fiction novel about a Nebraskan family a 5-star rating, because this was one of the best books I've ever read. Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me today at Books with Sarah. And I'm sure that you're going to read Worth by A. LaFay next. See you later!